Welcome to Fundamental Supersize Business Strategy number 5. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and today we're going to talk about the solution focus strategy. I'll share a couple of steps to implement this strategy in your business. But first, let's talk about what is it, why do we care, and why is it important for our business? Number one, it gives us a huge competitive advantage if we are able to see a problem and then immediately jump to finding solutions for that problem. It means we're quicker, we're faster, we're more agile, we're more efficient and more effective than our competitors are, because we're not wallowing in what is and why it's awful and waiting to, bitching, moaning, and complaining and waiting to take action. We are immediately jumping into solution focus. Now, my one caveat on that and my one caution is make sure you're solving the real problem. A lot of times we solve symptoms of problems and put band-aids on them only to have the root cause of the problem show up in an entirely different way in our organization. So many examples of this, because in our personal lives as well as in our businesses, stuff happens every day. Things change, and sometimes changes are obstacles or problems that we need to solve in order to keep moving forward. We want to take what is our current situation, and we want to think in terms of what's possible. We want to go from what we can't do to what we can do. We want to make sure that we are controlling what we can control and not worrying about the things that are outside of our control, unless we're looking for ways to mitigate the risks associated with them. There are so many things outside of our control when it comes to running and growing and supersizing our business. But guess what? There are just as many things in our control. There's as many things we can do as that we can't do. We just have to get resourceful and creative in focusing on what's possible. So what is a process for doing that? Number one, make sure we're looking at the root cause of the problem. I say that a lot because so often I work with organizations that are coming to me to help them solve a problem, only to find that that isn't the real problem. And a lot of times they can't even see the real problem. Have you ever been in a situation where you're so close to that situation that you just have blinders on and you can't even see what the problem is? Happens in our families as well as our businesses all the time. And sometimes we just need an outside set of eyes that says, okay, I hear what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I see the evidence of that, but what about this? Could this possibly be what's really going on? What's happening? A lot of times it's lack of something that's required to solve the problem. It's not usually, resources might be time, energy, and talent, but it's often not the thing that people think it is. A lot of times businesses blame their customers for things, and it's really not the customer's fault whenever we have a problem in our business, right? They are our solution by buying our products and services. So the first thing we want to do is, after we identify the root cause and make sure we're solving the right problem, not just the symptoms of a problem, we want to reframe that challenge or problem into an opportunity. Every problem that comes our way in our businesses and in our life, incidentally, is for us, for our benefit. A lot of times a problem will show up when it's teeny and tiny, and some businesses will band-aid it and just keep moving forward at light speed, only to have that come back and haunt them, because I think of this in terms of quality a lot of the times. We'll say, okay, we're going to throw this product out there and see what happens. Well, sometimes that can actually kill an entire product, an entire business, an entire line, if we don't pay attention along the way to how we're rolling out new products and things. The whole minimum viable option philosophy is one that just makes me cringe. We do it with so many things in the world. We do it with vehicles, right? How many people have ever had a vehicle that's had a recall on it? Because they make it, they sell it, they know there's something wrong with it when they ship it out the door, but they also know that they're going to, when they get the parts they need, or when something turns up, or when people have a failure, they know they're going to have a recall and fix those things. Happens in the automotive industry. It happens in the food industry, which is a nightmare in my opinion. When we're dealing with things that people ingest, I think that there's no excuse for rushing and not following processes and systems and protocols and procedures to keep people safe. We want to break the problem down into smaller pieces, right? It's just like our goals for our business. We have an overarching vision and an idea of what we want our business to look like. But in order to get there, we have to break that down into smaller goals to work on and achieve faster progress toward our end game than try to do it all at once. Because guess what? We only have so many hours in a day. We only have so many people and so many resources that we can utilize simultaneously to get what we want to get done. We want to focus on what we can control, not on what we can't control. We probably can't control a lot of the things that happen outside of our business that impact our business. And sometimes you can, depending on your involvement in different industries, depending on your involvement in legislation or things that affect your industry. Of course, this depends on what industry you're in. Some industries are much more regulated than others. The food industry, very regulated. Manufacturing, very regulated. Other industries, not so much. You just get a license and, think of the coaching industry. You don't even have to have a license. You can just say, I'm a coach, and you can go out and coach people. Not a very regulated industry. There's certifications and things like that, but they're not required. Like if you're a doctor or a lawyer or a nurse or whatever, or an engineer, some things require advanced education and proof of that. Others, not so much. So we want to break it down into smaller pieces, focus on what we can control, make sure we are focusing on solutions, not the problem, and turning that problem into opportunities. And finally, we want to celebrate the small wins that we have. Sometimes we forget to do that. I don't know if you're like that, but sometimes I just go and accomplish things and forget to take a pause and reflect on, oh my God, that went so well. Because we want to capture those lessons learned as much as the problems and the challenges that we face, so that we can repeat those good things that work out right initially and build on our strengths, not on our weaknesses. All right. Love to know your take on being solution focused. Do you consider yourself a solution focused owner, leader in your organization? Share your thoughts and your lessons learned in the comments below. And I will be with you tomorrow with another fundamental supersize your business strategy, because I'm obviously in a fall fundamental mood this month. Have a great day. And if I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow.